Chronic Effects of Brahmi on Human Memory. This was printed in Neuropsychopharmacology, 2002. A study is reported on the effects of Brahmi on human memory. 76 adults aged between 40 and 65 years took part in a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled study in which various memory functions were tested and levels of anxiety measured. There were 3 testing sessions, one prior to the trial, one after 3 months on the trial, and one 6 weeks after the completion of the trial. The results show a significant effect of the Brahmi on a test for the retention of new information. Follow-up tests showed that the rate of learning was unaffected, suggesting that Brahmi decreases the rate of forgetting of newly acquired information. Tasks assessing attention, verbal, and visual short-term memory, and the retrieval of pre-experimental knowledge were unaffected. Questionnaire measures of everyday measure function and anxiety levels were also unaffected. Brahmi is an herb which occurs naturally in India and has a long history of use in the Ayurvedic medicine tradition in the treatment of a number of disorders, particularly those involving anxiety, intellect, and poor memory. It is currently being marketed in Western countries as a memory-enhancing agent. Studies have shown that the herb contains many active constituents, including a number of alkaloids and saponins. However, the major constituents are the steroidal saponins, bacosides A and B. There are no published scientific studies of the effects of Brahmi on memory in humans. However, there are some behavioral studies with rats. These studies have shown that it improves the rate of learning in a brightness discrimination task and a conditioned avoidance task. That it improves retention is demonstrated by savings in relearning, and that it attenuates amnesia induced by immobilization, electroconvulsive shock, and scopolamine. This later finding involved administration of the extracted bacosides A and B and suggests that they influence cholinergic systems. Recently, however, it's been reported that Brahmi has an antioxidant effect in the rat frontal cortex, striatum, and hippocampus. The aim of the current study was to examine the effect of the extract of Bacopa on cognitive function. Based on the behavioral studies with rats described above, it is expected that it will improve performance on tasks tapping long-term memory. Discussion. The results show no significant effect of chronic administration of Brahmi on measures of short-term memory, working memory, attention, or retrieval of information from long-term memory acquired pre-experimentally. Further, there were no significant effects on subjective measures of psychological state or everyday memory function. There was a significant effect on a task requiring the retention of new information, the recall of unrelated word pairs after a short delay, and there was no significant differences associated with the rate of acquisition of the information, as evidenced by the lack of significant difference between groups in the learning trials. Rather, the effect appears to be a reduction in the amount of information lost from memory. The story recall task also required participants to learn some new material and recall it a short time later. However, it did not show the same significant effect. This may be because there was very little forgetting of the material during the delay, or because story recall is a more reconstructive process than the recall of unrelated word pairs. The analysis were not adjusted for multiple measures, and it should be acknowledged that the results may reflect a type 1 error. A further limitation is that no systematic attempt was made to document any adverse reactions to the capsules. There is evidence of an antioxidant effect of Brahmi in the hippocampus, and when combined with the finding of improved retention of information in this study, this suggests that the effect of the extract of Bacopa monnieri mediated by antioxidant action within the hippocampus.